I don't cater to your low lives and thugs, especially when you're simple-minded or narrow-minded. What's the point? It was my contention years ago when I started using the phrase criminal-minded, and it was, my contention was, a lot of these criminals are, not that intelligent, but I'm not so sure about that. There's probably, smart, intelligent criminals that get away that are just not that narrow-minded, probably even have a sense of humor, or bigoted, all sorts of things, or tribalistic, if you will, but even tribalism, like, I'm a Yankee and stuff like that. Like, how the fuck am I a Yankee? It's a form, like, I saw people, I talked to people, like, I went to the South, like, I think it was Tennessee, actually. It was in Nebraska. It had nothing to do with sex. If sex was part of it, I don't think she ever called me Yankee. I don't think she believes in that. I never, like, heard her say that. I think, it's like, what the fuck is that, right? But, it's like, yeah, like, there's people in the South, and oh, like, people from New York are rude, because I said, oh, hey, bro, something like that. So he knew I was, like, from the East Coast. He thought I was from New York. It's really close. I'm from New Jersey. But he's like, yeah, people like you, you tend to be, like, rude, this and that. I'm like, I lived in New York, and I know you're right. It's like, sometimes like New Jersey as well, But it's like, I'm not pandering this or anything. I just, I feel like, I already said it. It's like, even in, like, Canada, Belgium, anywhere South America, Poland, Ukraine, Russia, China, Japan, anywhere, Uganda, Morocco, Egypt, India, Pakistan. I left out Scandinavia because, they're, how they are. I'm kidding, they'll come here in a boat and try to steal me. See, that's, yeah. You had to be there. You missed one. And those guys across the pond. They're fine people, though. All of them. Nah, I goof around too much. But yeah, it's like you live in the United States, and you use that term to, like, insult me and degrade me as a Yankee. Like, I don't even understand that. Even if I was born here, I have my citizenship. I'm from the north and east coast of the United States. And this, this somewhat geographical, it's a slur. It has more to do with geography. And not just geography, but the history between the north and the south. The Confederate, like, I told you before, actually, I did my research years ago. And as I just looked it up, the Confederate flag, was not the flag of the rebels that stood up to the North. Because the main reason that, at least that I read about, they stood against the North, and yeah, there was slavery around. There was, I believe in the North they had slaves as well, but they were trying to repeal that. Some people say it's kind of, it's controversial that the North used that as an excuse to have a war with the South, slavery, Also, and it was on Wikipedia, so I can't trust it. And, like, people just change Wikipedia, or they say things that are, it happens a lot of times, maybe not just, it wasn't proven by fact on video, people that agree to it, they treat it as pseudoscience. So I don't trust anybody. It depends who writes stuff on Wikipedia. But yeah, it was like, the great debates. I looked up the date. It was years after, the egregious, the South declared, they want to be taxed properly or represented based on the taxes. Basically they were getting shortened. They were ripped off, At least that's what, the common knowledge is United States. So I get it, how some people might have some, like, sentiments, but it's like, it not just we live in one country, one nation. Like, that was like, that was over centuries ago. And it's like, how does it concern anybody today, point exactly? Also, it's like, I treat it as a ridiculous thing. Especially when you call me a dumb Polak. It's like, I can't take you seriously, man. Yeah, a joke could be made, like, well, anyone from, Central Jersey. And by the way, I'm on the line, North Jersey Central. Well, just, you're like, you're a fucking blah, blah, this and that thing, by the imaginary line or whatever, And yeah, someone chimed in, like, well, yeah, but you're the same because you used to hate on South Jersey. I didn't hate on South Jersey. I was in South Jersey a couple months ago, and it was chill. It's like, it reminds me of someone went out with that, did a lot of damage, was very abusive, and I was in a relationship with her. Also, she was part of this group that, I find out. I didn't know then. She took my cousin's life. I mean, not her literally, but she probably enjoyed that. She respected his life getting taken. She probably wouldn't mind if my life got taken. She did a lot of damage to me. So it's like a stigma whenever I go there, especially in a town, I think about her. You know, it was bad times because you drive over there and I felt like a fool and an idiot. You know, I don't go the way I hate out of South Jersey. Like, South Jersey, Central Jersey, like, that's kind of where I would want to live. It's actually much more peaceful, spread out. Some places rural. It's actually very calm and quiet. But, you know, here and there, it's like, you know, it's this tribalism thing. Like, you know, now I'm going to, you know, also it's like we have different races, you know, different genders, male, female. I mean, even transgenders, but it's like, you know, we're talking about your religious beliefs and then, like, you know, your geography, right? It's a way to segregate people. Actually, the person that calls me Yankee, he believes in segregation, actually. He thinks segregation is a good thing, you know. He said, you know, apartheid ended in South Africa, and that was a mistake. I don't know if there's people like, you know, they call people Yankee and they're bored with that. Maybe they haven't thought it fully, but who knows? Who knows if you're on a roller coaster or fucking, you know, crazy and shit with your, you know, with your anti-wisdom, you know, or the wisdom you think you have, right?